Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for yet another Sarcastic Distractions, featuring the interesting podcast for interested people, featuring the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey, my heterosexual life mate, David, the ever-loving AJ.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Ever-loving.
Ever-loving.
Ever and ever and
Ever and ever.
He loves ever like it's no one's business.
Like
Yes.
it's no one's business.
Like
It
it's
is
no
no
one's-
one's business.
It's no one's business how much you love ever. We're not, we're not getting into that.
No one's
And
business.
today we're going to do another distracting discussion.
Titty,
about
chatty, chatty, titty.
life and things that are going on in our world and what's happening. And yeah, so little context. Our area of London, Ontario, southwestern Ontario, is now at a lockdown-ish.
What?
Ish.
Well, we're
What?
number 3.
Number 3.
What?
Not quite out of lockdown,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we're almost there.
Yeah.
Out of. I thought you said.
No,
we're
no,
in
no.
Another
No,
lockdown.
no,
Like
no, no,
squeeze?
no.
Huh?
Out
We're
of.
not
Okay.
fully
Not
out.
fully out, but we're almost
No,
there.
we're getting.
Ish.
We're getting.
Yeah.
Which
Got
is,
live shows happening now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not quite now.
Well, we do actually. The Arkells, or sorry, not the Arkells, the Trues, and a bunch of other places are playing outdoor shows for the.
Oh, outdoor. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's what I mean. That was not a thing like a
Yeah.
month or so ago.
Oh, no.
Fair
So-
enough, fair enough.
So we're getting things like that. I think theaters are going to open up again, which is kind of fun.
Yep, they're open, actually.
Yeah, there
that
you
one
go.
I know.
And,
Still no new movies quite yet, but we're getting there.
we got Free Guy. I think that's the new one that's coming out soon. But yeah, right.
The important
That's
thing,
outside of
again,
that.
I've mentioned this many, many times. We all know what the important movie is. Top effing gun now, okay?
Yeah, you can
Please.
bring that
Yeah.
movie out any time now, please. Thanks.
Yeah,
let's
please
do
and
it.
thank you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
it would be.
We need to see Tom.
Wouldn't it be
Cruise in
great
his
if it
race.
was like entirely like a Scientology propaganda movie?
Wouldn't it kill
that's
you
that's
if
what happened
literally?
to Maverick in between now and then.
Oh my God!
He got into Scientology real hard.
Wouldn't it just destroy you if every single Tom Cruise movie ever made was a Scientologist propaganda film in hiding?
Yeah, I haven't thought of any of them that way personally. Mind you, the only thing, like, I haven't really seen any now that I think about it. Well,
with the espionage, this is impossible. Could be.
well, I don't know. That's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. I mean, John Travolta kind of did it
Yeah, with the battle.
with Battlefield
Yeah.
Earth.
No, yeah, he did.
Terrible
Which
movie.
Yeah.
makes me wonder why.
I never watched it.
So Tom Cruise was not a part of that movie, and he was a Scientologist at the time.
Right.
So did he figure, oh no, it's just a bad film, and took that notion over his belief as to why he didn't do it?
Was he even asked to do it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, give me a call.
Are they
We'll talk.
buddies? Do you think they're actually buddies? Do they have to be?
I figure all Scientologists are buddies together.
I don't think so. That'd be like saying
Kinda
all
like-
Catholics. I'd be like, yeah.
Well, I was
all
thinking
fraud-
it's kind of
yeah,
like
no.
how all Mormons are buddies.
That's right.
Mormons probably
Right.
do.
Mormons
yeah.
probably are all
Yeah.
buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah. They all love each other. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Top Gun needs to get frickin' released
Yes.
any
Yeah.
day now. I cannot wait.
I don't know. What am I waiting for? Oh, the new Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this.
For
I'll
sure.
watch it, but it's not a. Yeah.
Well, are you a fan of James Gunn? Like, do you like his movies, like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and things?
Oh yeah, no. Again, I do think I'll enjoy it. I'm not knocking him any
Sure.
stretch. It's just I'm not gearing for it or anything.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
My
yeah, I
big
got
thing
you.
that I'm still waiting for, and what we have. A week now? A week and a bit before the He-Man remake
Oh,
comes out?
I know.
not even a week and a bit, guy.
Yeah.
Like 2 days.
2 days?
By
Is it
the
this Friday?
time this
2 days.
releases, we will have seen
Nice.
it all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will. Yeah, I will be.
Oh yeah, my
watching.
weekend is now basically
Fuck yeah.
set. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I can't wait. And the fact that Kevin Smith is doing it.
I know.
Mark Hamill was freaking Skeletor.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh.
shit,
It's just-
I watched a clip last night of him being Skeletor.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
just it's going to be beautiful.
oh, shit.
What I love
It's
about
a
that,
little. It's a little jokery.
but I'm okay with that.
I was hoping he might try and get there.
You know,
the Alan Oppenheimer.
I feel like Skeletor's always had a bit of a Jokerish vibe.
Yes.
To him, you know, the way he.
Or does the Joker? Because yeah, I guess the Joker. Did they have the Joker back in like the Super Friends episodes and stuff like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to now actually watch the old live action from the 80s. It just must be done.
Oh, it does. Well, considering it's Batman. So the Flash movie that's being made, Michael.
Yeah.
No shit, I did not know that.
Oh yeah. And
Nice.
Stone, I guess, leaked
Yeah, leaked.
set photos, and apparently
It's the same Batmobile.
Same Batcave from
Yeah, but we get
Nice.
apparently we get to see more of the Batcave.
right.
And apparently, and I really hope this happens, because I guess he would be my favorite movie, Batman for sure. He's supposed to be the Nick Fury of the DCEU from this point on.
Oh,
so he's
okay,
supposed to be
gotcha.
kind of like the mentor for everybody.
Gotcha.
Was it 3?
That's
Yeah.
still. I was not aware of any of this.
And wait, there's more. If all goes according to plan, it's very, very likely they're going to do a Batman Beyond movie, which Michael Keaton will play the old man Bruce Wayne
Yes.
into that. And I mean,
Nice.
like, fuck
Yeah.
beans, my
Yeah.
child brain is blowing up
Oh.
thinking about the possibilities.
It's wonderful.
I can't
It's a
wait.
wonderful thing.
And
for
you know,
sure.
it's crazy for that when you think of the DC universe, how messed up it was, and they just couldn't get started right. And now they finally got a good traction going in DC movies. And
But is
yada,
it-
yada.
Nice.
Is it because of Zack Snyder? Was it
I think
because
he
of
helped.
that whole thing? And
I think-
because
I still haven't seen that remake.
Oh man,
I know.
Oh, geez.
I'm supposed to.
it definitely should have been the way
Yeah.
they started off the DCEU, right?
oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I understand there were other movies before that had Batman versus Superman and everything like that. That I guess essentially started
Well,
the whole.
Hmm.
Because at the end of that's when the idea of the Justice League was coming in.
Right.
It was almost
Yeah.
the same as the end of whatever Iron Man movie that was.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Nick
same
Fury
idea.
shows up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, it was because I guess I'm just saying I'm glad that came out, because if we were only left with the Joss Whedon version, I don't think it would have gotten. It wouldn't get any legs going further.
Well, yeah, that movie sucked.
It was
It
terrible.
was horrible. And don't get me wrong, the remake has its plot holes, and it's not a perfect movie in any stretch or
Right.
the imagination. But great characterization. Story's really well done.
Hmm.
CG's a little over the top at times,
Yeah.
but it's a freaking great film. It's a pretty easy watch for what is it, 4 hours? Like it's crazy. Like, and
That's my challenge.
I know, and it is a challenge to get through. But
I've watched
Worth
it
it.
twice.
Nice.
Yeah,
I have two actually.
yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it's interesting that they've had all these problems, and then the Zack Snyder cut gets released, and now the Warner Brothers is trying to like downplay that version because it's so popular and everybody loves it so much. They're like, well, maybe we can get a director's cut of Suicide Squad, which was all
Gotcha.
bastardized, and,
Yeah.
or Batman vs Superman, which was not. I'm pretty sure that was not Snyder's exact vision, right? He wanted.
Probably.
I don't know why they would frickin' yeah. Anyways,
There was too many stories going on.
Too
at
many
once
stories.
that just didn't coincide
Right.
with
Yeah.
any sort of timelines. And
so now Warner Brothers is trying their very best to, blow the smoke off the fire.
Yeah.
But like, nope, we're not going to do any of this. But the fans are like, give us more. So well, they're your fans, just let.
Well, they'll always give us more, but again, they want to try to do it hopefully in a better way. Maybe I don't know.
Sure.
well, we'll see how this the Flash here turns out. I think because I think it also depends who's at the helm of the
Yeah.
whole thing. And
Hmm.
this Andy Muschietti fellow, I like the It remake. I thought it was well done.
Yeah.
It was good, but yeah, for me, I'm the oldie guy. I still prefer the original,
Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was well done.
they both have their pros and cons.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
the
but-
original could have been a hell of a lot scarier if it wasn't a made-for-TV.
Correct. That is yes.
Jobby.
Yes, there's a lot
And-
more blood and guts in the
Sure.
remake.
Yeah.
And just the aesthetic.
The original one had one thing that the new one didn't, and that's what makes it better. And
Tim
that's-
Curry.
And okay, two things. And John Ritter. I think
Oh,
those.
and John Ritter, yeah.
That's why I
Oh,
love the
fair, John
original
Ritter.
one.
And Harry Anderson.
Oh, that's true. Craig T. or Harry T. Anderson, whatever his name is.
No,
Yeah.
Harry was it
Yeah.
Harry?
I
Anderson?
don't know.
Isn't that his
Yeah,
name?
I think you're right. It is Harry T. Stone was his character
Yes,
name. Yes,
yes,
that's right.
yes.
That's right.
Oh, Night Court.
Speaking of, they're doing a Night Court sequel.
How do you? Oh,
A
right. I
show
heard
or a
about that.
movie?
A show.
Right. It's Harry's son.
Daughter.
Oh, daughter.
And
I
it's-
heard it was son. I guess that was the idea that was
Sure,
pitched
yeah.
at one point.
Interesting.
So it's his daughter's the judge.
That's correct, and
That's
it's played by and John Larroquette's coming back, and a bunch of other characters from the show are coming back. I'm pretty sure Bull has passed. I don't think he's going to be. But what's her name? Roz is going to come back.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And the daughter is actually being played by. I'm going to mess her name up. Melissa Rauch, the girl who played the young cute blonde.
You did not mess her name up. And yeah.
Then in,
Bernadette from Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, little blonde petite girl.
I just hope she
know
doesn't
who
have
it
the
is.
voice. I hope she leaves the voice
Sure.
to the side.
Yeah, I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will. But I think that, I love that show. I actually recently started watching it again about 6 months ago.
I should do that.
Yeah,
Really?
it's great. It
still
fantastic.
lives, eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you have to get past some of the timeful jokes,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
but like the comedy's smart. The whole thing is so zany.
I honestly don't think I've watched that since I was a kid. So watching it now, I might be able to appreciate more. I just loved sitcoms when I was a
me
kid,
too.
regardless, right? It didn't matter.
Yeah, the big one that pops in my head that I always remember is the one where there's the old lady that thinks she's in a TV show and he puts himself on TV in the courtroom. I don't know why.
Oh,
It's
yes.
always stuck in my head.
I remember that episode.
Yeah, it's
I don't
always
think
stuck
I
in my head.
can. I don't think I can really pick out an episode of Night Court that really sticks in my head.
I don't know why that one does.
It must again be because I was so like I can picture the sets,
Mhm.
I can picture the characters,
Yep.
I can picture how humorous it was,
Yeah.
but for some reason
Yeah,
nothing
that's
really.
life.
I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, and I have to admit, it's just that episode. Out of all the ones I'm sure I enjoyed, but that one episode, for some reason, I can picture it in my head for some, I don't know why.
There's a few few episodes I can definitely remember. All the ones with Mel Torme, which made me a fan of Mel Torme, which is
Oh
great.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But what I thought was interesting that the show had such an influence on me growing up. I thought like Night Court was a real thing. Like that you actually went to court at night.
What? There's
And
no
it was
such
good.
thing.
No.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
got to be
afraid not.
something somewhere. There's got to be something.
Could you
There might be,
imagine?
in
but
the
I-
States or something.
And please
There's
don't
gotta be.
arrest me for this, but could you imagine anything within our system actually like staying past 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
God, no, that's
Fair
not
enough.
happening. Right? But what a great premise! What a great idea, and a great way to introduce really zany and messed up characters. And just
Oh, it was just a good show. It was a good show where we could watch a comedian-y, judgy guy, but he was reasonable. He was always get to those moments of fairness and understanding how to properly do his job. Yeah.
I liked sitcoms when I was a kid. That's what I watched a lot of.
I still am a fan of sitcoms.
Yeah,
It's
me
kind of
too.
my 30-minute, or well, I guess now more days the 22-ish minute.
Usually
Just-
22, yeah.
I grew up on the good old ones. Like I was like 7, 8 years old. I knew what the Addams Family was.
oh yeah,
The Munsters, Bewitched,
all the
Gilligan's
classics.
Island,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then all the '80s ones.
Mm.
Golden Girls. I've probably seen
Golden Girls
every
was a big
episode
one.
of Golden Girls.
Golden
like,
Girls. Yeah, I watched pretty
6
much every
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
probably seen a lot of them too.
for sure. Speaking of
Court.
one,
Law and Order.
since you just
Longer
mentioned
than
one,
her, but-
oh, yeah, Law and Order. Well, yeah,
Original Law and
call
Order.
Original, yeah,
We
yeah.
can't
the
call it
original.
with Lenny.
It's a great show.
Yeah, the original, like from the 90s, early
Yeah.
90s, those ones. Fuck yeah.
Um,
Dun, dun, dun.
just found this out, and we've talked about this briefly on past episodes. The Addams Family gets lots of love. They always have some sort of new iteration, but the one show they haven't done, and it's always weird to me. I was like, why hasn't nobody coming along to do this? Is the Munsters? The
Mhm.
Munsters has never been redone since, I don't know, maybe something back in the early 2000s. I think there was something, or maybe mid.
Did
I
they
was never
try?
big.
Because
Oh,
I remember
loved
they
it.
did. I remember they did a couple movies after
Right.
the show ended, and it was with all the original cast.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember if they did try to do like a '90s, late '90s, 2000s,
I
and
think
it just
something.
didn't. It
Didn't
almost
catch.
played off like a bad Nickelodeon show or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like it was just that kind of campy.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, for sure.
It wasn't the good kind of campy that the Munsters was,
Right.
and I know where you're going with this.
Of course. So they are actually rebooting the Munsters.
As
and-
a movie,
Oh,
Nice.
is it a movie? I thought it was a TV show.
I saw a post the other day.
Okay.
He released Rob Zombie.
Yeah, Rob
doing
Zombie is the one who's directing and writing it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Nice.
he released something the other day with sketches of Lily and Herman's
Oh,
pajamas,
nice.
like like the old
Yeah,
style
that was
50s pajamas,
never
like the
big on
gown
that.
with the cap, and yeah. And I went kind of searching a little deeper, and I'm 89% sure I saw a movie,
Okay, cool.
a feature film.
I'll take it, man. I love the Munsters. That's a show I've seen 4 times over each episode. Like, I love it. So if they,
I just
And
hope
I
he
don't
doesn't.
think I've ever seen a single one.
oh wow,
I hope he doesn't make it too dark, though. I
Yeah.
liked how like the Addams Family was kooky,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
and they weren't really
Yeah, it wasn't scary.
aware of being kooky, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
But the Munsters was more like it was like Leave It to Beaver with monsters.
Yeah.
And then everybody outside of that thought it was freaky and weird,
Right.
like the mailman.
Fish out of
Yeah.
water, sort of.
And they didn't even like acknowledge, really, even like slyly or tongue in cheekly acknowledge that the Munsters even it phased them that they
Yeah.
were monsters.
Right.
Like
So I
they
hope
were
he
just
doesn't-
living their lives. Right?
Yeah, I hope it's like that kind of feeling, that kind of
Agreed.
sitcom feeling, like the old 50s sitcoms.
Yeah,
like
me too.
Leave It to Beaver kind of thing.
I have faith though, because I don't think I've seen anything bad that Rob Zombie's done. I'm biased or whatever, but
Well, and it'll be interesting to see if he does go to that lighter.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
trying to
I don't-
imagine him being
yeah,
light.
it's weird, right?
Yeah, because I don't think I mean, and the properties that he has done, the things that he has done up to this point, were all meant to be or were originally because he redid the Halloween,
Right.
reimagined.
Yeah.
So that was already obviously a dark movie. His
Yeah, that's supposed
movies
to be.
are supposed to be twisted and dark.
Yes,
Right,
and they work.
But now
They sure-
taking
Yeah.
a property that people know and love.
Yeah, that was about happiness in that strange way.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It was always a wholesome show with monsters.
It really was,
basically.
yeah.
Whereas the Addams Family was a little more tongue in cheek, a little.
Oh
more,
yeah, that one.
It
definitely.
had that dark,
Yeah, it was
kooky,
darker. Yeah.
eerie undertone, and that's why it works as the movie it turned
Yeah.
out to be.
Right.
In a way, the story was shit, but
Yeah, well.
the aesthetic again was a really, you could see the Addams Family being in that darker, Tim Burton-esque kind of world, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's a perfect guy for the job, and I agree. It'll be interesting to see what he does. I mean, the reason why I say he's perfect for the job, he's already done a song called Dragula, which is the name of their vehicle.
That's true.
And he did a
That's
whole
true.
video
Oh.
with that. So, I mean, if not him, then who? The only other movie that is kind of in the same vein that I could see him, I mean, we're talking TV show, no movie, that I could see him being a part of and probably would do a really great job at, was still somewhat comedic and yet scary, would be Gremlins. I think he'd probably do a really great
Yeah.
Gremlins film.
I watched some
I could
remake of
see that for
Gremlins.
sure.
It was rough.
Oh,
there
yeah,
was,
I don't
there
know if
was
I
a
can watch
remake
it.
of Gremlins?
Yeah, I saw it on the Netflix.
No, I can't do that. No, I can't do
Yeah, I
Whoa,
would not
whoa,
shut it
wait
up.
a second. Wait a second. What rock have I been living under that there was a
I will
reboot
find
or a
the name.
remake of the Gremlins?
I will find it. I watched, I think, half of it, and then I was kind of like, yeah, no, I'm going to turn it off.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. It was more bloody than I remember
I
the
agree.
80s, but
I agree with him.
90s, whatever.
I
time
agree
was.
with him that, Rob Zombie or, I don't know, even, would Tim Burton do the Gremlins?
He would do a good one. I don't think he'd do it now, though. I mean, that's just not a property.
I'll find this
We're
one.
getting another Beetlejuice, apparently.
Oy vey.
I'll believe that when I see it.
And I don't
But
want it.
it's not called Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian anymore.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. It shouldn't be.
It should never have.
Are the main six coming back? Main seven. Oh no, main six. Yeah.
I don't know if guy who played the dad can or
Alec Baldwin?
No, it wasn't. Not Alec Baldwin. Jeffrey Jones,
Oh yeah.
because he got into some hot water there with some underage.
Didn't he pass away?
stuff, and he might have passed away.
I think he
Oh.
did. Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
you can still do.
Oh, and
Yeah.
the one fellow did,
He's
yeah.
dead, right? Because Catherine O'Hara is still alive.
yes.
Winona Ryder, and she's relevant again.
Yeah. So is Catherine O'Hara.
And so,
Extremely
yeah,
so.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
so is Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton will always be
I know.
relevant. I don't care what you say, man.
I don't know. Multiplicity years, not
I
as.
love that
Oh, me
movie.
too. But
I
he
love
wasn't.
that
He wasn't
movie.
quite as relevant as he was
I
when
still
you know.
haven't
you know.
seen it.
Oh my God! That's
But
good.
then,
Great film.
I mean, his stint as the Vulture there was
Pretty legend.
really good.
Yeah.
So,
Agreed. That's cool.
Nice.
I'll take another Beetlejuice if it's good.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I will
Beetlejuice?
try, but I have to admit, I'm going to go in just doubting it.
Oh, I love me some Beetlejuice.
I just,
Yeah.
you know what? I know they won't do this because films don't do this anymore unless you're a Tarantino. They should go no CGI, just complete practical effects like they did
That'd be wonderful.
back in claymation, all that sort of stuff that like did in the 80s.
Yeah.
But just way better, obviously,
Yeah.
because they
And
can.
the little foam blocks. That's not just a foam block, really.
Yeah. It's funny because
They did that with the Evil Dead remake.
oh yeah, they did actually.
That was all
pretty
practical.
good. Yeah,
and that
pretty fun.
was like,
that was really well
there's
done,
some
actually.
stuff in there that like, holy shit, man.
So if it's Tim Burton, maybe he would do it. You know, like Beetlejuice is one of my favorite films growing up. It's still something that I think about all the time. I love the cartoon, and
Oh, the cartoon.
Oh, I love the cartoon. So
Oh,
good.
man.
Beetlejuice is telling you lies. That was really Becca's, my wife's only knowledge of Beetlejuice was the cartoon. growing up.
Okay.
So she never
Interesting.
watched the movie, and I played the movie for her, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago, and she couldn't get into it. And I think it was because of the poor stop motion.
Oh,
It just
yeah.
pulled it right out of it.
I love it.
I know. Well,
So
because we grew up with
classic.
it, right? So it's
Yeah.
like it's awesome, but for her, it's like it's it's a little
The sandworm
You-
scene.
you
always
don't-
added that too.
You don't think about how twisted that movie is until you get older and you look at it. It's like Beetlejuice tried to marry a teenager.
I
Yep.
know. Yep.
Yep.
And a ghost from the other side.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah, well,
There was a lot of
it's just-
yep.
A lot of weirdness.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
It kind of makes you wonder how because that was Tim Burton's first film, really.
one of
Right.
Original.
Yeah,
That was his first.
Original, yeah. But
Yeah.
how did he get that green lit? That's such a weird movie to get made.
Yeah.
Because it was weird in that right way, right? In
Yeah.
that sense of everybody kind of knew, everybody kind of just forgot. Wait a minute, that's a teenage girl.
You're just coming out of the 80s and people are still
true. Yeah.
coked out.
They're all bumped up. Yeah, I guess. So. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that will be a good one.
It'll be good.
Hey,
Yeah.
do you guys like disco?
Okay. Not as much as you do, AJ.
Do you guys like the Bee Gees?
Do I ever?
You got to check out that the release that the Foo Fighters did on Record Store Day called the DGs. It's 5 covers of Bee Gees songs that they don't change.
Really?
So it's all the high singing disco.
Oh, hey, Vay.
Well, the kind of it's a Foo Fighters version of them. I think so because
maybe it gets a little harder.
well, it's not necessarily hard, but I feel I've only heard Dancing.
Oh yeah,
And-
the other ones are great.
Yeah, and I'll happily give them a listen at some point.
I'm surprised.
I love
will
disco.
try.
I'm surprised, but happy that they didn't do "Staying Alive."
Oh,
I was surprised. I was like,
why didn't they?
Yeah,
you
you kind of think they would have.
kind of.
but I think that's because why? That's why.
aren't all those songs like Bee Gees staples?
Yeah, or
So-
Barry Gibb.
Yeah.
They did More Than a Woman.
Oh yeah, they
That's
did that.
great.
Yeah,
That's
I gotta hear all of them. But the thing is, I
All
will
right.
say this because it's I don't know, because it's them. It does sound like
There's still a vibe.
rock band performing these disco songs versus
Interesting.
versus it's like if you saw ABBA or the Bee Gees doing their thing, right away, oh, that's their sound.
Right.
But if somebody else was doing their sound, wait a second,
But they don't Foo Fighters it the way that they have done with covers in the past.
agreed.
Like
agreed.
the Prince cover they did, Darling Nikki.
Yeah,
Not completely different animals structurally, but sonically,
sure.
completely different vibes.
Same with Band on the Run,
Yeah.
I
But
agree.
in this case, I think it was more true to the original.
Yeah.
Them doing that same sound.
Yeah.
They're not trying to style it their way. It's just that's what.
It just
Just
kind of happens.
happens.
Yeah,
Probably just something
exactly.
that happens,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
it's a group of people that it's going to happen regardless. It's
Yeah.
a group of people that's not the group of people that came up with the song.
Right.
For sure.
So you're always going to add a little bit of your MSG to it.
Absolutely. I'm actually grateful that it sounds like them doing the songs.
I like this
And the reason why,
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm stuck
I know.
on this
I
MSG
know.
thing.
Because we've talked about before, one of my most disappointing albums was the Weezer Teal album, which I wanted it to be was Weezer doing these covers of these songs.
That was a little too true.
it was
right?
it was bang on the nose, exactly like the originals.
Except
which is
with Rivers singing.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
okay. That's
I get what you're saying.
cool, but
think
I
that's
want to
what
hear
kinda-
your version of those songs, right? So I think with the Foos doing the DJs, I'm not opposed to it. It's just it's them doing, or it's the Foos doing the DJs. Sorry,
It's good. It's entertaining. I don't think I've listened to disco as much as I have in the past week.
there you go, buddy. There you go.
Yeah.
Right on.
I'll check
It's
it
good.
out.
Check it
Yeah,
out.
oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Put it on the
Listen
list.
to it.
Why
Good
not?
times.
Why not? Yeah.
I was just thinking when I said More Than a Woman, they should bring back Short Circuit. Somebody needs to reboot Short Circuit because there's the
That'd
one
be a
scene where
toughie.
in the first one where he's dancing with the lady.
Yeah.
Oh
and,
yeah.
and they're playing that song
Yeah.
on the TV, and that's just what it reminds me of.
Nice.
And I
Wow.
loved that movie. That's got to be probably one of my top
Wasn't-
the top 3 to 5.
Wasn't the sequel to Short Circuit Wally?
Meh.
No,
No,
it was Short Circuit 2,
Fair.
which was shot in Toronto.
It sure was, yeah. That Radio Shack always gets me.
Not
Yeah.
not the greatest of films, but it's still
Yeah, it was.
to me there's a nostalgia. But the first one was really good.
Well, I can't hear "I Need a Hero" now without thinking of the song. I can't. Like I have. It makes me think of Short Circuit every time. And then I put
Think about him like gearing up.
I put bike chains on me so I can be cool too. No.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name. My favorite one was the little alien robot guys that came to that apartment that was being torn down. That was
Batteries not included.
I think that was it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
I love that movie.
They lived. They come to. It's like.
Yeah.
There's like this one building.
Yeah.
It's like an apartment building,
Yeah.
right? And there's like, and it's
Dilapidated.
Yeah, I know. They're trying to
I
kick people
remember.
out. Yeah, that
I
was
remember
one of
seeing
my
that in the-
favorites.
Freaking love that movie.
When in the theater, I think I saw that.
Yeah, I don't remember
Did
where
you
I saw
really?
it, but it was one of
Yeah,
those
man.
just I fell in love even as a kid.
I haven't seen that probably since then.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I haven't seen in a long time either? Wow, we're just might as well just title this movies. We talk about random shit and we just go. Flight of the Navigator.
I was just thinking about that movie.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That is a classic.
Was it just me or did the story? You guys ever seen the Odyssey?
Which Odyssey? We're talking
The TV show.
the Canadian TV show.
Yeah.
You know that show? It was a CBC show.
Ryan Reynolds was in it.
Oh yeah, he was
Yeah,
actually.
he played the bad kid.
That's right. And basically, the kid is in a coma. And
So did the intro to Flight of the Navigator not seem like a direct, like it's the same fucking thing up until obviously the action and what the
flies
story
off
was
into
about
space,
and stuff
yeah.
like that? Yeah, because in the Odyssey, he doesn't fly off into space. He's in
No.
like a different world, kind of Narnia sort of.
very
situation.
Narnia-esque. Yeah.
But did it not seem like it was the same story?
Yeah,
Up
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
kid
there's some
goes into the
similarity.
woods, bumps his head, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be there. He's like running away or something like
Yeah.
that from home. Bumps his head in the woods, and then the story happens.
Yeah.
I
That's
always
very
got them confused.
Really?
Yeah,
One's a TV show,
I don't
another's
think
a
I've
movie.
seen the CBC one, to be honest.
not if the only time you've ever seen it was on the Wonderful World of Disney.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was a
The
TV
Sunday.
show
Yeah,
on
the
Sunday after bath time.
We must be friends because I was actually thinking about that Odyssey show the other day, and I was thinking about how, at least as a kid, I thought it was really well done.
I could never get into it.
No,
I think it was too weird
it's
for me.
weird.
And there was a lot of those Dutch angle shots
yeah,
and
they were
stuff like
doing
that.
that,
And,
yeah.
it's-
The
don't know.
circular, they would do this,
and it was the Canadian production too. I don't know. I'm just
ouch.
not.
Hey, they can't always be. You can't do that on television.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I
They
completely
can't-
forgot to push that. We have to pick our favorite Canadian movie.
But
Sorry.
why?
Oh, yes.
See now, movie. I'll
Well, no, we'll save
But
that,
in
yeah.
regards to TV show, why do all Canadian television shows have the same feeling?
That's not true. I fell in
entirely
love
true.
with that vampire TV show that was Canadian.
Dark, not the night.
Knight, yeah,
but
Dark
it's
Knight, something like that.
something the night.
Something Night. Dark Knight, Vampire Night, Blood
I just
Night.
feel like the production
can't
value
remember.
seems to
But
be almost exactly the
He's
same.
got a great point. This was like a late '80s, early '90s show,
Okay.
and it was
mid 90s.
Maybe, yeah.
I remember watching while I was in high schoolish. That's my
yeah,
memory
I
of
think
it.
anyway. What's his name? Malcolm McDowell was in it, I think.
Yeah.
And it was all shot in Toronto.
Yeah.
But the crazy part
What
was
was
Day
it?
for Night. No, Day and Night. Oh, I can't remember.
I
the
can't
name.
remember the name of it.
If you guys know, let us know.
Yeah, the Canadian vampire movie.
Yeah.
or show, sorry.
Like the production values were amazing.
Okay.
Like unbelievable. Like I couldn't. Like when I found out it was a Canadian show, I'm like, no, it's not.
Well, I'm thinking about like the Odyssey,
Sure.
Beachcombers, the lame RoboCop. Fucking
Neon Rider.
I
shows
love
came
that
out.
one, too.
Neon Rider. What was the other one? Renegade.
Renegade. Was Renegade a Canadian show?
I don't
Oh,
know,
okay.
but it was bad. It was maybe it
That was
wasn't.
a-
I don't
that
think
was
it
a
was,
bad
but
show. What robot show? Wait, what?
RoboCop.
RoboCop.
There were like a
Yeah.
couple RoboCop
Oh, yeah.
spin-off TV shows.
Oh
that
yes,
were
they were
filmed,
Canadian,
and
yeah.
they were just very
Well,
I
poorly
love that
produced.
RoboCop.
if you
And
know,
I'm not saying that Canada doesn't have budget or equipment or knowledge.
no.
We should,
Well, you got to remember there. I'm sure this is still in existence. I
but
don't know
there's
if
this
it is
vibe. I
whatever.
guess is my
Yeah,
point.
and
It's almost like the Canada filter.
there's a reason why I think, and that
No, go ahead. You're probably going to say what I was about to say.
well, there's in Canadian arts, there's a certain amount of Canadian that has to be a part of that project. if it's being filmed
don't
in Canada.
know if that's my issue though.
But here's the thing:
just the camera work or the quality.
So
is
if you
always
can't
the
have
exact same.
So here's the thing: I think where I'm going with this, and this is back then when the talent pool was much smaller. I don't know if what you're
Also,
saying
there was more rules back then.
Way more
There's
rules
less now.
Yeah, but if you can't get your Canadiana out in like your story, well, then you'll hire Canadian staff, right? And if you're hiring the same Canadian staff,
okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
the
then,
production team itself was probably similar. So the cinematographers, directors,
writers, and
similar.
Stuff, yeah.
Plus, it's all low budget, and
Yeah.
sometimes
that's-
the networks would go and keep it as cheap as possible because
True,
they
yeah.
just needed to put it up on TV, on a Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. So that way they could have the high class, popular American shows on for the rest of the time.
Right. But there was standouts too. I
was just thinking like Road to Avonlea was pretty well done. Something
amazing
like that
show,
was
yeah.
really well done.
Oh no, we
Boring
have good
as fuck,
shows.
but
Yeah, we have good shows.
boring if that's not your thing, all right? But like I would say the same. Like, is Road to Avonlea the same as what's her face?
Man of Green Gables.
Yeah,
It was a spinoff.
as a spinoff. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, Avonlea was a spinoff to Green Gables. I only know this because my mom really likes that.
Oh well, I listen. I'm never ever gonna knock Anne of Green Gables. First off, it's a Canadian export to the point where like nations of people in China and other Asian countries like love it.
Really?
Love it.
Really?
Love it. It's like
I feel like we're over it in Canada now.
Yeah, I've
Well,
never
because-
really gotten into it.
It's like,
It
well,
was more
Anne
of
with
an
an E.
80s thing.
I
Yeah.
remember watching it as a kid and being like, whatever. But the Anne with an E that the remake that they recently did
Okay.
was awesome. Like, and if you watch that and can peg it for being a Canadian show, like they honestly, their production values or something else.
Nice.
And I figured out, I knew why. One of the showrunners or people that work on it actually worked for HBO.
Oh,
So that's how they
gotcha.
get that kind of,
Yeah.
Yes.
The essence, the skill.
There are some standouts that we've got for kids shows. Like I mentioned, you can't do this on that on television. I remember being
I remember
Yeah.
floored by
That was a
that
good
show.
Popular Mechanics for Kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
and I think those were necessarily
Owl TV.
that was
Owl
Canadian.
TV. I remember
And all
that
of our
was
freaking Canadian children's shows outside of like cartoons all had that same vibe.
Mr.
All of
Dress
them
Up.
did. Every single one of them. Mr.
Yeah,
Dress Up,
Dress Up. Yeah.
Polka Dot Door. I don't think Today's Special was Canadian, but it may as well have been.
It was, yeah.
Oh, was it Canadian?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know
Today's
that.
special, I'm pretty sure it was set in Toronto.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. So all of those shows kind of had that same kind of vibe. But again, like children's TV is pretty easy to produce. So you just
Yeah.
Yeah, I think children's TV
Cycle
is
the crew.
a different.
Yeah, that one's
a
a
different
lower
animal,
cost.
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
At least you think of it as lower cost.
Unless it's Sesame Street.
Yeah, unless it's Sesame Street or
That's-
anything Muppet related.
That's where the production value is right there. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's dump all the kids' money into Muppets.
Yeah. What about now? Like what Canadian shows or movies now are standouts? Can you guys think of anything?
Nothing recent.
Yeah, no.
No, I think Canadian movie, and I think Strange Brew.
Strange Brew, yeah.
But that's in 80s.
Yeah.
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
I mean, Trailer Park Boys, that's Canadian.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I
And
guess the
yeah.
production value on that is supposed to be less than because it's
It's supposed to be. But who was it that was Netflix that bought it, right? Like they were the
Yeah.
ones that
And they
Yeah.
did a whole bunch of releasey stuff.
And the best part of what they did, aside from the animated thing that they did, was it was just like, hey, go do your thing. Don't worry
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
Same when like Trey and
Netflix is
Matt.
pretty good about that.
They really are
Yeah.
actually. Trey and Matt buying Kenny versus Penny, which I know is no longer in existence.
Oh, I forgot that they did that.
Yeah, they did
Hmm.
that, and they just bought it for the sole purpose of putting a Comedy Central. Like they don't want to mess with it. They don't want to do whatever. We just want to make money by putting.
That just
it on
happened on
Yeah.
the interwebs. Well,
Yeah, it
not
did.
just within the past year or so like that.
Yeah.
Because there was that media company called Defy Media,
Yeah.
and they owned a whole bunch of
Nice.
big, like, popular YouTube channels.
Mhm.
And then they went fucking tits up, and I guess it was a big whole thing. Like, they didn't tell anybody. They didn't.
Oh no.
Nobody knew about it, and then just one day, they were done, and nobody was getting a paycheck.
Nobody's getting paid.
Wow.
Yeah.
So specifically, there's the channel called Smosh. I'm sure you've either heard of it somewhere. No,
Yeah.
they do like comedy bits. They have
Okay,
a couple
nice.
other channels where they do like gaming, and it's still like a comedy bit challenge kind of thing. It's entertaining. I watch it. It's funny. They have some really good young actors on there.
Nice.
One guy's actually in the Goldbergs. If you've ever
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that show,
Good show. Fun
Plays,
80s sitcom. You'd like that show, Dave. I
he
think.
plays
I don't watch that either.
Matt Bradley.
Oh yeah.
right? When the JTP, he's on Smosh.
Oh,
he's one of the Smosh guys, and so they were part of Defy Media, and Rhett and Link bought them.
Oh yes, I remember hearing about that. I didn't realize that was a
and
Canadian
is doing
thing.
the same thing. Well, no, they're just doing the same thing and allowing them to just do their thing. They're not trying to
get involved.
They're
or
not trying to
manipulate.
Rhett and Linkize
Right.
it or Good Mythical Morning it and make it a little more
Yeah.
wholesome or
Yeah.
anything like that. They just
Oh,
bought
good
it.
for
It's
them.
under their company, Mythical Entertainment,
Right on.
and they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want.
I love it.
Nice.
And it's cool. I thought it was great,
Yeah, why not?
and it's kind of cool to see that a YouTube channel like Good Mythical Morning or Rhett and Link was able to spend millions of dollars to do this.
Yeah, that's
from
pretty
being
awesome.
YouTubey guys.
I know.
There is money there.
Well, it's
Not sure where. But
it's a
there
TV
is.
station now. Essentially, it's a TV station,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still.
right? It's like almost like
Not huge.
cable access, but could be better sometimes and
Yeah.
not at other times.
When you can find the show and they get that right popular vibe, then yeah, like my kids love it and they watch same. And again, I don't know the names, but they have their standard go on watch. And, yeah,
oh yeah, I have my
yeah.
own. I've curated like my own channels or whatever. Right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, some great stuff.
You got the people, and then there's some people that you just decide that you know what, I've had enough of your
yeah.
gobbly crap.
I cycle through. Some people don't want to
Sometimes.
watch, and then some people they don't want to watch. And I think it's interesting because, Rhett and Link, you must have watched the same little documentary special that they showed the kind of coming up of Rhett and Link and how they kind of started.
I don't think I've seen this documentary you're speaking of, but
It's-
I've followed them.
Sure, okay.
When I found them, I went backwards,
Oh, okay, so you can't.
so
you
I
gotta-
kind of learned where
Gotcha.
I know their story
Okay, so
very well.
But I mean, basically, when they started, it was all about just content. Just put as much stuff as you can out there. And now that they've established themselves, they're trying to figure out a way they can utilize what the fame and notoriety they've gotten to help others, and that's
Yeah.
kind of where this whole
Mm-hmm.
Defy thing happened. And the documentary was really cool to show just kind of the people they are and
Okay.
how they think. And you're right, it's a studio. Like that's what they have now. They've built up everything they've had, which was just them making crackpot videos, and it turned into a bunch of local commercials they did.
And they did a TV show actually
And then-
about doing the
Yes.
local commercials where they'd walk into
Interesting.
like a local business and be like, "We'll shoot a video or a commercial for you in X amount of time."
Yeah.
I think it was like 24 hours or 48 hours or something. We'll
Yeah.
write, produce,
Film,
everything.
produce everything.
And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was entertaining. They come
It
up
was.
with some pretty funny shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they're the guys who did the viral video of the zebra dancing in a
Oh,
backyard.
right, yes.
If you've ever seen
I have
this,
not seen it.
yeah, it's one of, I guess,
At least I don't think
an
I've seen it.
early viral video
Yeah,
from
nice.
YouTube, and yeah, it was just they got one of those blow up zebra costumes,
Yeah, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and it's just doing a dance in a backyard.
Cool.
It's
Yeah.
just nuts. Yeah,
It makes me happy to know that people like that who started from literally nothing are making something much bigger than they ever anticipated. Versus when you see like YouTube or some other network try to put like a YouTube show on and it crashes and burns. It's like, well, it's because you put too much money into
I
it.
think
You
they've
messed
only-
up there.
they only succeeded once, and that was with Cobra Kai,
Yeah,
because that started off on YouTube
that's true. Yeah,
as a YouTube show.
original.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then I'm not sure what happened there. I think YouTube decided to stop doing that.
Yeah, because I think they're Netflix now, aren't
Yeah.
they?
I'm
And
sure they
then
probably
and
just
then
sold it to
Netflix.
Netflix. I'm sure
And then
that's probably
Netflix.
what happened.
Well, I think it's because YouTube decided that they weren't going to, I think it was called YouTube Red,
yeah,
Yeah,
and
they-
you could pay.
yeah.
They were taking all
what?
that down.
Yeah, I think they took all that down.
Yeah.
And that's how it got canceled because it wasn't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
And then Netflix was like,
Yeah, come on over.
we'll get you.
We
And
got you, yeah.
I'm very happy they did.
Sure.
It's a
Nice.
phenomenal show.
Yeah.
Nice.
I hope we get more.
Oh, I'm sure we will. I'm sure that nostalgia train's not.
Oh yeah, now that COVID's finally
back
moving
decision.
on, not
Yeah.
fucking shits. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube.
And one day
It's-
someone will make a,
it's
lifetime movie about Sarcastic Distractions, the podcast.
I'd say YouTube's a blessing and a curse all at the same time.
Indeed,
because
indeed.
they have some really, really stupid humans on that fucking platform that are making millions and millions of
Yeah,
dollars.
that happens anywhere.
Sure, but the thing is, you don't have to watch those idiots.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the best
That's
part.
true.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
It's not like
That is the thing about shows nowadays. Like back when 20 years ago when we were younger, shit, I guess a lot more than that even.
Yeah.
You watched what was on the damn telly.
That's right.
Yeah.
And like half the time you sit there flip. Even if you had flipping cable, which I didn't for a while, you'd still be going through it, and just okay, well we'll watch this one.
Exactly.
We had an illegal satellite dish that had literally hundreds, or if not thousands, of channels, and I still ran into that problem.
For sure.
Like we had all of the good stuff unlocked, man. We had stuff that we had channels unlocked that whoever would produce the show, let's say Jeopardy, right? They would put it on this channel so other subsidiary stations could record it and play it on the night that it was
supposed
so
to.
it was like 2 days ahead of
Oh,
time.
my goodness.
Nice. Back
Oh,
then
So
it was
we would
Polish.
screw with people. Me and my dad would screw with people. We'd watch it, and then we'd watch
watch it
the
with
actual
people.
broadcast and know all
Oh,
of
the
the
answers.
yeah.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point is even then I found myself having times.
Oh yeah, well
there's
even
nothing
nowadays,
on.
yeah, I still all have Netflix, the Disney stuff, and I'll be sitting there. I don't
Yep.
want to watch any
Yep.
of this.
The problem is too much choice.
Oh,
I end up
really
watching.
it.
I end up like binge watching the same shit over and over again. I don't know how many times I've seen Parks and Recreation.
oh yeah, what's like
Oh,
me? I'm
sure.
watching
Or like The
Eli
Office.
Stone from
I know.
13.
I'm rewatching It's Always
14.
Sunny right now. So,
Fresh
yeah.
Prince.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm rewatching Friends right now. Well, not rewatching.
yeah.
It's more of one of those background.
Hmm.
Well,
kind of
there's just
shows.
so much content out there. Like, you really have to be selective, otherwise you'll lose all of your time.
Yeah.
Right? So it makes sense you go back to the things you know or the things you appreciate, because, like, well, you're going to get a good time out of it,
Mhm.
even if it is only in the background or in
Yeah.
passing, whatever, right? 20 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you go take a chance on a new show. Bex and I tried to do that last night. We tried to watch a new show. It's called Sex Life on Netflix. I'm like, okay, it's about this woman. The whole story is she used to have a wild life as like a teenager, as a kid, but now that she's married, has kids, not so wild anymore, but she still fantasizes about it, and the whole thing is about these worlds
Coming.
linking up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't get through the first half of it. Like, it was just
That's
not
fun.
great.
It's funny that you say that because Nikki and I did the same thing last night too. We she's getting into these horror stories and whatever on a podcast, and she wanted to watch this show called Haunted.
Oh yeah,
on
I heard about that
Netflix.
show. Yeah.
So we started watching the first
Yeah.
episode, and what it is it's people telling true stories, whether you believe them or not.
Gotcha.
If you're
Right.
into that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But it's also mixed with reenactments,
Mhm.
right? But the reenactment isn't like
Paranormal Activity.
no, I'd
Or
say
Ghost Hunters.
it's not like you're thinking like Unsolved Mysteries reenactment.
Gotcha.
Of course.
Or Rescue 911
or
reenactment. right?
America's Most Wanted. Yes.
Right. It's dude, we got probably 5-10 minutes and not even 10 minutes into it, and it was just like we had to turn it off. It was disturbing.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
It was so well done.
Oh,
jeez.
nice.
Like it was kind of
almost
more
kind of want
kind
to
of
check
morbid.
it out. Shit.
Wow.
Oh,
In
I
a
have a
way,
niece
I think
who's
each
hugely
story is
into
going to be
this.
different, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like one 40-minute episode
Yeah.
with this one story,
Mm.
and then they do a little film or something.
I
But
think my
it was produced like wow,
Yeah.
Really well done.
wow. So we flipped over to something called Woo Assassins
Okay.
on the Netflix, and it's this martial arts
cool.
TV show
Yeah.
sort of thing. The story's horrible. The actors are kind of shitty. But the martial arts choreography is fucking amazing.
Nice.
It's got the dude. Have you ever seen Iron Chef America?
No. Not enough to
You ever
know
seen
anybody from it.
You ever
No.
seen a movie called Only the Strong?
Oh, yeah.
It's the one about the martial arts guy who teaches this rag. It's like Dangerous Minds, only different.
Yeah.
It's just like a ragtag class, the capoeira
Not,
or whatever, the Brazilian
Oh,
dance
yeah,
fighting
yeah.
thing.
not Lou Diamond Phillips.
No, it's Mark Dacascos.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I
And
do
he-
know that
He
name.
played.
No
he
idea.
played. He was in that Bad Crow,
Yes.
the horrible Crow TV show.
Yeah.
That,
It wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad.
so he's
But-
in this. And he's a really good martial artist,
Yeah, he's right.
regardless
He's
of
fantastic.
what property he's ever been in. be
Yeah,
it
yeah, the
horribly
challenges.
written and whatnot. Right,
His fault. Yeah.
But yeah, he's in it, and it's so yeah. The martial arts is good.
Wow.
the rest of it surrounding it's like,
Oh, wow.
like it was really good up until a certain point. Like in the first episode, we're like, oh yeah, this is kind of like, like a crime. There was like the triad and everything like that, and it opened up with a great fight scene and shit. And then it gets to this point where this mystical supernatural element gets introduced.
Yeah.
But there's zero lead up to it.
Geez.
There's just all of a sudden
Mystical
magic.
right?
Yeah.
He's transported to this other world where he's told he's got these, mystical powers of 1,000 monks, and he's got to go on this journey to defeat the woo, they call them. And they're like element demon kind of things, right? And yeah,
Shit.
So it's Beverly Hills Ninja.
it's that and like Power
That
Rangers.
was a fun
and-
movie.
That was funny.
And what's the Captain Planet? Because you got the Earth, they're all elemental demons or something.
Gotcha,
It's
gotcha.
just, but it's poorly done.
Okay.
Like the writing's bad, the plot's just terrible. It's goofy at times, and then it's like, oh wow, that's actually kind of cool. Like you're into it for a minute, and then it gets goofy again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
So yeah, the point is we did the same thing.
Yeah.
We kind of were trying to find something different,
It's- yeah.
something new, something.
Yeah.
And I just keep reverting back to the same old shit.
Well, they've got us pegged, guys. That's what it is.
Yes, they do.
That's really it. Like they know what we're looking for, and that's why they make
Well,
what they
we've
make.
already chatted about it, but it was 2 days, and we'll be fine. It'll be
Yeah,
Oh.
it's true, man. That's the universe. Yeah.
More,
And
more
then
human.
it better be great. But the Transformers Kingdom third part to their little series.
I'm skeptical because I really didn't like the whole Beastie Wars. I get what they're doing with this one though, and it makes sense. Like the plot makes sense. It didn't make sense going from G1 and whatever to Beast Wars.
They retconned some of that. They
That
had to,
didn't
yeah.
make sense to me, but this makes sense to me because, who's to say that they weren't on the planet for millions of years before humans found them in the original Transformers cartoons or whatever?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's kind of what this is leading up to. This is where the show's probably going to end. Is this, and then unless it goes into the whole G1 idea sort of thing. But anyway, point is the Transformers, they scan the things that are on the planet.
Yes.
And that's what they
become
transform.
Exactly.
Right? So it makes sense. I'm a little skeptical, though, because I think Beast Wars definitely left a terrible taste in my mouth. And I loved Reboot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get why I loved Reboot.
That was the same company. For
It
sure.
was the same animation.
Yeah, that's true.
But Reboot, it made sense.
I love that you're trying to make sense of giant robots transforming into animals versus robots or versus cars.
But
or
it makes
vehicles.
more sense for a mechanical
dinosaurs.
thing to transform into a mechanical thing.
The fact that you're trying to make sense of it is amazing.
It does
No,
actually. It does have a valid
It
argument.
makes
Yeah,
sense
no.
to me for a robot
A robot
to be a car, especially considering if you were to watch the 80s, the original opening and stuff like that, and kind of what they did with the video game, War for Cybertron, I think it was.
Yep. Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron. Yep.
The things that they were on Cybertron before they came to Earth were similar to the things that they transform into on Earth when they get there.
That's true. They had no organic life forms.
So that
on
makes
Cybertron.
sense to me.
Sure, I get it. Yeah, I'm just
But then all of a sudden you have a monkey transformer robot man, and
It's all about sales.
it's
there you go.
now that at
So
that
it-
point, I guess you're right. It
Yeah.
is for the toys.
It's about the toys.
And
the sales. Dinosaurs were big back in that
Yeah.
mid-ish 90s, early 90s.
Yeah, you're right.
Dinosaurs are still big.
Still huge today.
Wow.
Oh yeah, my kid loves
Really?
the dinosaurs. They
Nice.
got a new Jurassic Park cartoon show that he
Oh, yeah,
watches.
that's
Nice. My
Um,
kid's totally
oh,
not
yeah.
in it.
Loves the
Not at all.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Huge
My kids
fan.
were never huge. My son's about guns. Yeah,
Mm.
he makes me proud.
So he'll love the new Transformers show.
Well, who knows?
Who knows?
His big thing is he's counting down the days so we can go to the gun range. They have
Oh,
one
right
up.
on.
Yeah, about an
Oh.
Like
hour away.
the really gun range.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Really pew pew.
Yeah. You have to be 12.
Yeah, 12s. Yeah.
You don't need
Wow.
a gun license. It's all regulated. You
Oh,
have
yeah,
a dude
yeah,
stick
yeah.
with- Like it's not like they give you a gun and say, "Hey, have
Fuck
fun."
off, yeah.
no.
I thought you meant like airsoft or paintball.
No. It's a full-on gun range. I've been out there. I highly recommend it.
Oh, we should
And
go.
it's
We should
fucking
do.
expensive.
We should do a
Like
sarcastic distraction
$100
episode.
for 112 bullets.
That's not fucking fair. Because when I was in freaking California,
Vegas,
it's way cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
Way cheaper. Like you can get a good couple hours of fun for like $50.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say a couple hours for what I experienced, but for $50, you're getting a good time.
You're getting a good time.
Don't get me wrong. I have a great time at this organization. I have a wonderful where you had this single shot of some maybe 50 caliber. I'm no expert. All I know is you got a single bullet. You shot the single bullet, and holy shit, just to feel and know that people use this in real life under.
Yeah, that sounds like something would be like a 50 caliber.
Yeah, it was a stressful situations. Like this thing was.
Was it sniper rifle-y?
No, it was this thing you had to sit with the base and everything,
okay.
and it was one of those. Everybody, be ready. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shoot, and yeah, I got a video.
I shot a Desert Eagle, and that.
Just
I'm surprised you don't have
was
a
life fucking changing.
Scar in the middle of your face.
Life changing. Well, thankfully I've got the arm strength to handle that. But the thing is, the after effect, like all the adrenaline sucked from my body, and like I was in the middle of the desert. I'm like dropping the gun, and the owner's like, no, don't drop it in the sand, no, because screwed up, right? Yeah. But my body was less like
I just did this.
I can't even. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is. I will take my son because you know what? Yeah. For us, I will happily pay $100 for. It is more than 12, but it is expensive.
Sure.
But I will happily pay for once he's responsible. Blah blah blah. Because it is like that. It's like holy shit. And again, you're just shooting at a paper target. At some meters from you. But
I've only ever shot at cans.
Yeah.
There's lots of fruit.
It's so good. Yeah, this one was no fruit. This one was just you could buy extra different targets. You can bring your own pictures. They let you.
That's nice.
Yeah, I've never, and it's funny too because I guess it's probably because my dad was born and raised in Southern Ontario and then moved to Northwestern Ontario.
Gotcha.
So growing up there, because that's where I was born, everybody else around me was into boating and fishing and hunting, and I had never got into that. Again, probably because my dad, we lived on Lake of the Woods, which is one of the largest, I don't want to say largest lakes because you have Lake Superior and stuff like that, but it's a very large area of lakes with many of islands, like 1,600 islands.
Oh, nice.
Wow. It's a big lake.
Yeah.
Didn't have a boat until my family didn't have a boat until I was 19.
Oh, wow.
20.
Okay. Well,
something like that.
So you weren't even really into that, but
not so much.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I mean, I had friends who had boats, and I'd been out on boats, and
I had
never,
fun.
not like I ever experienced it, but
I think it's one of those things that if you don't grow up around it, it's not a priority. But I think with guns, I shouldn't say priority. It's just not something that
you have an interest.
Yeah, but with guns, I think it's relatively important for people to at least fire at a range so they get a healthy dose of knowledge of what it takes to fire.
And I've done so. I had a buddy whose family was into hunting and everything like that, and Nikki's dad is as well. So and they have a huge property. So
nice.
I would like to try hunting. I haven't done that.
To shoot at a can or something.
I want to try hunting to see if I can do it.
I want to do all of it too. Not just go shoot something like, hey, okay, high five. I want to go out, shoot it, take it, scan it, prepare it. I
use
it. Full. I want to,
I'm the same. I like just to see if I can do it.
It's weird.
That's really it.
I have nothing against it. I just don't know if I could be the one to do it.
I used to be like that, but then I realized I'm willing to buy it at a grocery store. I'm willing to buy it at
did it.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about where it came from and the fact that it was living at one point
and how delicious it is.
Right. But you got to give respect to whatever you think about, it's like having a prayer or something like that.
Yeah,
sure. I respect you, Cal, for the meat and the jacket.
Yeah,
thank you.
And to be honest, that's just it. It's for me. It's just that I'm going out. Yes, I'm going to unfortunately kill you, but I'm also going to take you, use as much of you as possible, so that way, while it's still not a good deal for you, I'm still, it's not. I'm not wasting. It's like fish.
Agreed.
That's what I've never done an animal, but I've done lots of fish. Go out fishing. Like I just did that a month ago, where spent the week out fishing.
I guess you consider that hunting.
Well, it's not the same ish, but it's still.
It's
if I'm
the same,
I think. Yeah.
But here's the thing: you've caught your own fish,
Oh, yeah.
and you've also bought fish from a store, right? At some point, or have had fish
But
that
fish
you not.
Fish don't give you puppy dog eyes.
No, I know, but
Like-
what I'm
like a
saying,
deer or a moose
sorry,
could.
let me. The reason why I'm saying that is
Fish are
because
just kinda like,
I would have
"Oh."
like I've been able to cook my own fish that I've caught, and I've also purchased fish. It's always a better experience when I did it myself. I would imagine there's no better rewarding feeling than to hunt your own animal and then be able to
See,
nourish yourself with
I don't
that.
like fish, so I don't generally
Hmm.
keep them. I usually just kind of like to make them late for something and
Yeah, toss
catch
them back
and
in.
throw
Yeah,
them back.
I do that 90% of the time. But when I do the up north fishing trip, like that's the generally you're keeping at least one night. We have the fish night. That's
Yeah,
kind of what
that
we
makes
call
sense.
it.
Fish fry. Yeah.
Yeah, we just do, and that's just it. Yeah, it's just a
I'm
fish
sure
fry.
if I ate it, I'd think completely different, but
Oh sure, yeah.
I have no problem eating wild meat.
No, neither do I.
Nope.
But I used to feel the same way where it's like, well, I don't need to, why do I need to kill it when other people are doing it or whatever. But now that I don't know, it's getting older or whatever, I think I want to know that understanding of my life. I think that would be a very good. It sucks for the animal, yes, it does, but I mean, I'm not going to waste it or
Yeah, it's one of those.
Just
You know,
honor it.
hope maybe that's one of the things that once things truly open back up, do
Yeah.
a better research on. Because I have looked around and up north, there are spots actually you can go to.
Oh, Northern Ontario. Oh yeah, for sure.
Even without a gun license,
Hunting
you can go.
camps?
Yeah.
Basically,
Oh, wow.
that's what they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe that's what we need to do. We need to do a couple of sarcastic distractions, one at the gun range and then one of us hunting. I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we can check. I'm sure as long as we don't try to say their name.
Can we
do the gun range.
start hunting birds?
Oh, okay.
You
Can we
can't
do,
really
like-
make a
can we-
meal. Well, I guess it
You can
depends
do
on the bird.
partridge. You can do wild turkey.
Where
Oh,
are
there's
these
definitely a
animals?
wild
Are
turkey
there-
around here. That you could do.
Are there partridges? Yeah, but how hard is it to kill? Well, no,
Well,
wild
you go a
turkeys
little
could
bit
be.
up north. You go up to like the Muskoka area or something. Like
Yeah.
that.
We could try that, sure.
I'm sure there's partridge.
I'm down for that. I'm down for trying anything. But
And
I
then-
think
generally
and then
anything
move your way
once.
up to things that look at you like,
Like-
please don't kill me, Mister. Like my dog looks at me when I don't scratch his head enough.
doesn't it make you? It's a funny thought to think. That's how you, not just you, many people, and maybe to us to a degree too, are affected by that. Like, oh, that thing. But to become a vegan, to not eat meat, is like, no, good thanks.
Yeah.
So it's funny. My wife has transitioned over. I don't know if I'd say it's full vegan. Like I think
Well, it's
vegan's
not
the.
vegan to the point where like, will she still wear leather shoes?
Well,
or
she's
wear a
never
leather
worn.
jacket?
She's never worn leathery, jackety stuff.
Yeah, that's
No,
not
no,
that's
no.
not Shan style.
No, it's not. I mean, to the sense of like she'll still have butter, which I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
sure. I think again, I know there's different
I
levels.
think,
Yeah,
I think that's more of a vegetarian thing.
Yeah. She'll. That's more her thing is that she just won't eat generally meat. Like she tries to stay away from meat.
Eggies? I think we had this conversation.
No, yeah, we might have, and I don't
Eggies,
think
butter, milk, cream.
so. Yeah,
stuff
she
like
does.
that.
There's cream. Cream is in the list. That
So
much is true.
definitely,
Well,
not
actually,
vegan.
even that isn't so much in the list anymore because she's all about the. What's that?
Almond milk,
Almondy.
yeah.
Almond,
I think
walnut,
we have
oat,
chatted about
kinda-
this.
yeah, we have discussed this.
Yeah, now I'm feeling very distracted by something we distracted before.
Oh wow, this is us.
we're just repeating the distraction.
Exactly. Yeah. So she's become vegan, but like, I think there's an interesting irony is that we have this feeling about animals, and yet that transition to cross over into like not eating animals is like, no, I'm still good. I'm gonna.
Well,
make mistakes.
And just keep on just one more point.
Yeah.
There are two versions. There's the hey, keep our cows safe because they're kind of legal cows, and then there's the other thing saying no, actually for the environment, it makes far more sense for us to stick to things that we can plant and grow,
Right.
because we're not actually abusing what we're on.
Okay, but
True.
here's a couple things.
Here's some things.
Here's some
I
things.
remember.
Here's some things.
Here's some things. So,
and then we'll stop talking about this for sure.
Yeah.
so
Sure. Will.
first of all,
Oh, we gotta start.
First of all, is it not an inherent? You can't tell me that it's not something that we've been meant to do our entire existence.
Sure, I can.
Cavemen eats the meats,
But I can
Probably.
tell you, but maybe.
probably.
Actually, a lot of them say it was first. Historians say it was berries and things, gatherings and stuff as their first.
Well, because they had to figure out how to make the tools to eat the meat.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. But it was like I think. I don't go on. Sorry,
It's
go
a
with your
thing
point.
we do as a human thing.
It's one thing we do as a human thing.
A
Well,
simple
I-
thing. Look at monkeys. What do monkeys do?
Yeah, do monkeys eat meat?
Yeah, they eat bugs.
That's not.
That's where they get. That's where they get the protein and shit.
Okay,
Though.
but that's
Fair.
okay if they eat
That's
bugs.
fair. I'll
Why
give you
aren't they
that.
going and hunting? Fucking giant beasts.
Because they're stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's why we have a bigger brain because we started eating.
Anyways,
We ate our buddy monkey.
for sake of argument, let's say you're right. Let's say
So
you're right.
anyway,
Okay,
that's column A.
Okay.
Point C or B is if we didn't eat the cows and the animals and there would be too many cow farts, which would cause more deterioration to the ozone layer,
Oh my goodness.
which would fry us. Do you not realize that? That's how the dinosaurs died?
So
There were so many
though,
dinosaurs that there was so much dinosaur fart in the atmosphere that when that burning meteor came through the frickin' and it went poof, just like a fucking lighter in front of a
God.
fart.
You literally fucking bind so many bullshitty things together.
No, I'm telling you, dinosaur
First
farts.
off-
Dinosaur. Why do you think the only ones that really stayed alive were the ones that had something to do with the water? Because there's no farts in water.
Science.
You ever fart in a bathtub?
Well, yeah.
It bubbles up. It goes into the air.
Shit.
So there was so much methane because nobody was killing the dinosaurs
Okay.
that a burning asteroid came through the atmosphere and ignited the world on fire, just like in science class when your teacher puts all the nitrogen or oxygen in the bottle and goes poof. Yeah. So that would happen to us if we didn't eat the cows.
But Dave's going to put a point
There
out.
wouldn't be as many cows if we didn't breed them, though.
That is correct.
But people are still going to breed them.
Why?
No, there wouldn't
They're not a
be.
food source. Why would we breed them?
Yeah, there would.
Because cows?
Because why?
Okay, horses.
Same.
It was
Well,
still-
horses. There's less horses.
Way less horses.
Yeah.
There'd probably
But
be
either
more
way, you know what?
horses.
I've decided that I agree with you just because this all
Why
makes
not?
perfect sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so this is
So too many cow farts.
Yeah, which is going to cause a risk when that meteor finally hits us. If we didn't have so many cow
it could be
forts.
it could come it could be
It'd
that
be a
big.
pebble.
It could be
That's-
just as long as it's on fire.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
Shit.
Yeah.
Literally shit.
Literally shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
and now we know definitively how the dinosaurs.
But that's the thing.
died.
Okay, so we're gonna stop breeding them.
Yes.
But what are we gonna do with the ones that exist?
Let
Let
them
'em
live
die
their
out.
time
Yeah.
So
and simply
then they're
pass
gonna
on.
breed themselves.
No, they won't.
They still
well, so well. Cows
could.
Cows don't really though, do they? I think they're
Just
only.
like the,
Well,
like the-
human, we're our human selves. Where
Right.
for some reason we like to breed animals like that, and
Yeah.
we breed by getting very involved.
That's true. We are very involved with the breeding
I
of
could-
our
I
animals.
think eventually it would naturally happen again.
And I'm going to
Just
put
like
on the list. I do
mooses
never
and
want to do
such.
that. I know
No.
I often say, "Hey, I want to try something once."
I mean,
I will pass.
Wait,
No,
how much?
thank
How much
you.
money's involved? Wait.
That's a fair point, actually.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch one of the latest Rick and Morty's.
Oh, I do.
You
I do. I
have
need
to
get on
wa-
that. Yeah.
It is. It was. I don't think it was the last episode. It was the one a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and it is fucking twisted.
Oy vey.
Oh, I can't wait.
All I have to say is giant sperm.
Oh boy,
Nice. All
Nice.
right, moving on.
that sounds right up Rick and Morty's alley. Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta get on that.
That
for
are
sure.
like trying to eat
Ooh.
everything.
Oh shit.
oh my freaking
Fucking
word.
brilliant. It's so funny.
Okay, well, that's my tonight thing, I guess. Yeah,
But
Rick and Morty.
yeah,
Nice.
Nice. Well, thanks for the science lesson.
Dinosaur
today.
farts.
All right,
farts.
dinosaur farts.
That's where we're at now.
I have
mushrooms
nothing to
are
add to
mushrooms
this.
are
I have
aliens.
nothing.
The mushrooms are aliens and dinosaur farts.
And dinosaur farts.
Holy
If
shit.
you've learned anything on Sarcastic Distractions, those two things are the things you should take home with you.
Nice.
And he's going to tell you that the world is not flat, the world is not round, but it happens to be a pyramid structure.
No, it's a hexagonal,
hexagonal,
like a
sorry.
20-sided die.
Gotcha.
From D&D for those that
Yeah.
don't know what a 20-sided die are. Yeah.
It's a 20-sided die.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. They're done. Well, this has been distracting.
It has been good.
Where are we at? Do we got anything else we want to
I
distract
don't
by?
know. I had some things jotted
Sure.
down that we didn't talk
We
about
can
at all.
save those.
We can save them. We're talking about.
I mean, I was going to talk about my dog.
Oh yeah, you did get the new.
so we
Well,
got-
you did
let's
talk.
talk.
He came up a bit.
We got a new dog. We
Yep.
adopted a dog.
Yeah.
His
Yeah, let's
name's-
talk about him.
His name's Trapper.
Mhm.
Nice.
Congrats, by the way.
Yes.
What would you like to talk about?
I like Trapper a lot. He's a great dog.
Nice.
No, he's a really good dog. Very very cool. He's only 9 months, but he's pretty chill.
Nice. That's good.
I was gonna talk about trying to clean up a mess, but making it worse.
Mm.
You ever do that?
Yes.
You ever try and help your wife out?
Every day?
And you're like, I'm going to clean up this mess. But then you just make it even bigger mess.
Yeah. I've done that with a carpet.
Fuck. How? Tell me how you did that with a carpet.
There was something spilled on the carpet, so I, of course, went up and I got a cloth. I put water on the cloth, and I scrubbed the carpet, to which point I was told, that's red wine. What the F are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I'm wiping it.
So a similar thing
Soda.
A similar thing happened to me the other day. Trapper, being a puppy, he's really good in the house if we got to run out or something like that.
Yeah.
He's not a destructive, like,
Yeah.
no separation anxiety kind of thing like some dogs have. But he does like to see where you're going, right? He likes to look out the window and be like, where the fuck you going without me? Why am I not coming?
Yeah.
Because if I have to run to the store, Nikki's at work.
Yeah.
Max and I go. We don't have a vehicle, so I don't trust anybody not to steal my dog.
Right.
Yeah.
So he jumped up the other day and knocked over a little plant that Nikki had, and she just freshly watered. And I came home like, oh no, Nikki's plant. She loves her plants. Like, I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna get the vacuum.
Oh.
Did I take the hose off the vacuum and vacuum up the dirt like an intelligent human? No.
Did you just throw the vacuum at it?
I started hitting.
Do it.
Just started hitting
Clean
it
up
with
the dirt, vacuum.
No, I used the vacuum like you would use a vacuum, but when it's potting soil and a carpet, that's not how you do that. No. Now it looks like my dog wiped his ass with the carpet. Like, it's just this big sprue.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
I tried.
And that's what really matters, right? That's what you keep saying to your wife. Yeah,
Yeah, she's not
I tried.
mad at me. She laughed at me, but she's not mad at me.
One of the worst ones I did, and I ended up making up for it, when we were traveling in the RV, we had all of our musical instruments with us. And Becca has a djembe, which is a hand drum, for those who don't know what that is. And it happened to be under one of our drawers. And as you know, in an RV, it's already tight quarters as is. And I was helping her out do something with the RV. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing. I think it was something to do with the windows. Our blinds had some sort of issue, and we had to restring them and all this sort of stuff. So I go to get a tool from the cupboard, and sure as shit, like, as soon as I open it, I don't even think to see if something's going to fall out or anything like that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
A pair of pliers right through the freaking djembe. It's just right through it.
No. Like right through the head.
Like right through the head.
Yeah.
That's why you were okay.
I was like, fuck. Like, and I'm like, I don't thankfully she wasn't like really pissed, right?
Like
she was,
mad.
She was just
yeah.
pissed.
Like, she was obviously upset. Like,
she was bummed, upset.
Yeah. And obviously, I've gone to replace it and stuff like that. But like, I was just like, how can I make this any worse? Like, this is just...
Oh, you can always make things worse,
good.
but
and then I lit the RV on fire. And
I was going to say,
So yeah,
grab that.
Nice.
And, oh no, drop the pliers and it goes through the floor or something.
Oh yeah,
It's funny though, because you know how difficult drum skins are to break when you're trying.
yeah.
They never break when you try.
yeah.
Because like, I mean, it was a thing back, if your drum skin was shitty or something like that, and you having a good jam or something, put your drumsticks, or you got mad, you put your drums, but only if it was a shitty drum skin.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they're not cheap.
No, they're not. No.
But when you're not trying to break them, when you're just jamming out or something, and your
out of the blue,
your kick pedal goes through the kick drum skin, and you're just like, well, that happened. Where's the duct tape?
Nice.
Wow.
No, I've done that playing shows and stuff like that. Yeah. Where's the duct tape?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Smart people will have an extra head. Again,
It's true.
Not cheap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're both in there. But yeah, Trapper's a great dog. He's awesome. Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
hey, I don't blame him. He wanted to look out the window.
Yeah.
Right? So, but I'm made a big mess.
We don't blame you.
Did you blame it on Trapper? Like, Trapper,
No.
why'd you vacuum this up this way?
No, I
Bad dog.
I blamed it on the cat.
Oh yes, Nico.
He was trying to be the cat in the hat.
Told you,
It didn't
Nico.
work so well.
You're supposed to use a tube when you vacuum, like stuff like this.
You don't use the beater. Jeez.
Nice.
Can someone explain to me something?
Maybe.
I have
An
one more
attempt.
thing that upsets me and annoys me.
Oh, okay.
Just one. Nice.
Just one. It's pretty good. You do pretty good.
Why doesn't Target ship to Canada?
Oh.
Why don't places?
Oh, boy.
Why don't places like that ship to? Why is it so?
Do you want the honest answer or do you want the funny
I-
answer?
both.
So the honest answer, and I know what this is a reference to, AJ is very excited about an exclusive that's coming to Target, and you can talk about a lot of that later. But basically, toy manufacturers have distribution agreements and exclusive agreements that they sign with whatever, primarily because most of these toy manufacturers or distributors originate in the U.S. Their first contracts go to U.S. companies, Targets, Walmarts, whatever. Not Toys R Us because that's not there apparently. But
not anymore. No.
Not
But I
anymore.
feel like if I would go on Walmart, I could get it.
Maybe. But then, so when it comes to Canada or everywhere else, we get kind of the leftovers. Either we we have some sort of equivalent that can handle the exclusive deal, whether that be Toys R Us taking that on, or sometimes Walmart will, Walmart Canada will take on Walmart US's exclusivity agreement. Other than that, it's a crapshoot for
Like the
everyone.
Vans. Why
right?
can't I get Vans shipped from Vans in the States?
That's probably company policy. It's probably something to do with.
I understand they
why
have
they
a
don't want it.
Canadian website and you
Yeah.
can get most of everything on there, but I don't know.
I know for my company, we have 3 different sites. And if you're in the U.S., you would go to one site. If you're in Canada, you're going to go to another site. And if you're anywhere else, you're going to go to another site. And I think the reason why, at least from our perspective,
well, that cuts down on shipping costs.
well, yeah,
Part
it
of
does.
it, but
part
also
of it.
what's allowed and the
Right.
packaging and
Okay.
Yeah, there's certain things you can do in certain areas that you can't.
But then
But
why
I-
can I get other things that I can get at Target, like from Amazon?
well,
or
but if
from
this is some
another
sort of exclusive
toy?
deal,
Yeah.
that's the reason.
But that's another thing though. Like I can't go on Target and get something else from Target and ship it to Canada.
no, that can be.
They just
yeah.
don't ship out of the country.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's possible.
It's just their policy.
Also, you got to remember, Target is kind of pissed off at us. Probably,
yeah, a little
still.
bit. Yeah. They lost a lot of money.
Blame Zellers.
They are.
Blame Teddy or whatever the
They
fuck
are,
his
and that's
name
why
was.
they won't ship shit here. That's
yeah,
why.
yeah.
It's 'cause of
Remember,
fucking
they
Teddy
came to
Griggs.
Canada,
the Bay.
and we kind of kicked them out, right? So
Exactly. Yeah. So
Well, because
I know we talked about
I
that
know.
too.
it sucks, dude.
just Zellers with a different sign.
I feel you, and it's bullshit. And you know what? As bad as we got it here in Canada, I feel really bad for people like in the Philippines or people that are in like
Yeah.
Singapore or wherever.
Yeah.
Like, A, the toys are manufactured there, and B, they're not sold there. What
Yeah.
like that's fucked up. It's really messed up. It's like, wait a minute.
They have to have
you're telling me
superhero
that-
man toys.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're telling me like literally the factory down the street just made this toy and I can't buy it?
Yeah.
No, sorry. you
I
can't.
just was in the factory. I
just
helped
there.
make it, but I can't buy
I can't
it.
buy
I
it.
painted that motherfucker.
Like, I mean, so I feel like, and if you do get, as hard as it is here for us, if you do get your hands on some sort of exclusive in another country, good luck paying MSRP. Good luck. You're paying well above that,
Yeah.
above that, and usually it's through like, I don't want to say shady, but like third party, comic book shops or toy vendors, which are just jacking up the price because they know they can.
Well, yeah.
Right. So it's just, it is what it is.
In this scenario, I'm hoping that's not the case.
The borders are
Yeah.
opening. You can go on a trip.
It's true. Yeah, make a trip. Go to a Target.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I already got it on order with one of our local comic book shops.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not like because I'll pay whatever the equivalent would be, I guess. Maybe a couple bucks more since
Well, there's
Since
some
it is
extra
a Target
effort.
I guess it really
Yeah.
depends on how much you want it.
how much do you want this stuff? But yeah, like I mean, I'd pay $35 for a figure.
Yeah.
Just being an exclusive.
Sure. And you might have to pay that. You might have to pay more.
I might.
Yeah, it's hard. But you know what? Thankfully, same thing. Heroes, shout out to Heroes, is the story he's talking about. And other stores are willing to try to, make
Get
that.
it in.
Yeah. So that's
You're
cool.
gonna pay for it, but pay
Sure.
for it, nicely.
And in my dealings with them, they've never done me any wrong. Like, all the stuff that I've ever purchased, whether
Right.
them ordering for me
Hmm.
or whatever, they've always
Nice.
And I find it, I think they must have somebody who goes and gets stuff or something.
Nope.
Because
They have a distributor.
but it's a Target exclusive.
So it is, but there's
They'll have methods. There's
Yeah.
always methods.
is there one or two major distributors in the world? There's Diamond There's someone else. I can't remember who it is. And if you are a business, you can tap into that. Even though you might not be Target, you can figure out a way to get those items through those distributors. That is possible. Us as general consumers, we don't have that luxury.
Right.
Unless you want to register some sort of business, and then we can maybe try to do something with that. For the sole purpose of buying exclusive items from other stores. Action figures, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, so can we do one for Record Store Day too?
Yeah.
Should it be an official Record Store
Maybe
Day?
maybe there's a business idea right there. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you
purpose
sell is exclusives from the States or other countries.
And the only thing we
records.
charge extra on top of whatever MSRP is whatever it costs us. Well, make a bit of a profit, but also to whatever it costs us for a distribution license. That's it.
I would hate to ship single records to people.
Sucky.
That would be sucky.
That would be so sucky.
That's one of those. Sometimes they truly just get broken. Other times, might arrive broken.
Yeah.
What did I get shipped? I think it was when I got the Medicine at Midnight album. It was actually packaged in a box that was like holding the record in the middle of the box, and then it had like supports and everything on. Because I've seen some people online that get stuff from Amazon or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like there says "Do not fold" on the front, and it's folded in the fucking mailbox or something like that.
Yeah.
So make it more difficult to
To
do
fold.
such things,
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
it probably won't happen.
For sure.
Yeah. It's
But
just one of those challenges.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
But AJ, reality is, if you want it, you will have it. Target exclusive or not.
I will will it into
You will will it into your hands. You will have your collection.
Nice.
That'll be great. And we will discuss that the collection on a later episode.
Nice.
Oh, that
more Batman.
It's more Batman.
It's more Batman.
No.
For sure. Yeah, I know.
Cool.
It's all about it. Yeah. Well, sirs, anything else we want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
You good?
Cheese.
Nice.
Okay, let's talk about cheese. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheese. Okay. Well, let's wrap it up then.
Sounds like a plan.
This has been one heck of a distracting discussion.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us talked about what we thought we were going to talk about
No, not
today.
really.
Not at all.
Nope.
And if you out there want to get distracted along with us, please leave your thoughts and ideas and understandings and whatever else you can think of in the comments. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. We're curious. We want to know because we want to keep this going. Please let us know your thoughts. Outside of that, for all those, hey, what's that all about?
What? I just zoned out, man.
Anyone out there that's feeling a little mentally unwell, just remember you matter. You matter not only to us, but those that are important in your life. So make sure to have healthy conversations with people if you're feeling a little bit mentally unchecked. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
Dave.
Dave's right here, man. I'm AJ.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. Cheech and Chong reference. Nice. And yeah, you've been sarcastically distracted. Have an awesome day.
Bye
Take
now.
care.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.